taking you to tea time with two more races. This is the Wargrave Challenge Cup. Thames Rowing Club C boat on the left, and in a matching yellow alpaca Molesey Boat Club's A crew. 2021 we started this event, and already we had 42 entries for the 24 slots available, so it's hotly contested. So it's going to be a tough one, I think, this for Thames, given it's the C crew, Tom.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, as you say, credit to Thames for boating so many boats, or so many crews into the Wargrave Challenge Cup. They are the holders, and we expect them to be very competitive as the weekend rolls on. But Molesey, I've seen a lot of them over the last couple of weeks at Henley Women's and now here at Henley Royal, and this is a class crew, and I think the chief test of Thames's hold on this trophy.
Absolutely, and you can see the class of this very, very fast Molesey Boat Club crew here. Really well drilled under Samtype. Molesey, I have to declare an interest in my club, but they've had a pretty strong regatta with crews rolling through towards the Friday, and these guys will be looking, their eyes are on Saturday. One of the things that can be challenging, though, going through a Henley draw where you've got multiple rounds, is if you think you've got a good chance of winning and getting through to the finals day, you've got to make sure you're on it for every single race. And I think Molesey, as we cut to live shots later down the course, they will have moved from racing out of the blocks to make sure their start sequence is good, to sort of talking through the race plan they might use in Saturday's semis.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I think that the Henley Royal Regatta is as much of a test of multi-day endurance as it is just getting from point A to point B on the course. And Molesey, as you say, they will expect, I think, in their heart of hearts, to beat Thames C. I think their bigger tests are yet to come. And Matt, I think you make a really good point that this is now about race management, but also ensuring they get what they need out of this contest, and that they go into the weekend as prepared as they possibly can be for greater fights yet to come.
Looking at Thames as they pass our camera point here, going through to the middle of the course. They're just in that second quarter at the moment, and then we can see the back of Liv Cheesmer from Molesey, 19 years of age. She won a junior bronze in 23, a junior silver in 24, both in the sculls. She's a phenomenal young athlete, a real talent. We were talking earlier, Tom, about how the people in the bows of the boat, we often talk about the stroke, you know, the glamour of the engine room in the middle, but the bow pair set the boat up. So important to have sharp, technically strong, positive athletes there, and Liv's a great example of that. Great to see her switching from 2 to 1 oar and setting up this Molesey 8. You can see there the cox, Omar Al-Mikdadi, very experienced cox, 25 years of age, talking away to them, talking them through the race plan, like we're saying, keeping them calm and focused and really working those technical points.
Yeah, I heard a really nice phrase actually at this regatta for the bow pair, which is technicians on the tilt. The way that the bows tilt up and down out of the water, you have to be able to cope with that in the bows. And Liv Cheesmer, for sure, alongside Catherine Lush, doing a sensational job. And we just get there a bit of an overlay of what's happening beyond the water, just with the pleasure cruises up and down the bank. It is a party atmosphere here on the Friday of Henley, and Molesey in no mood to listen to that. They're pressing on here.
Technicians on the tilt in front of them. It's Lauren Hunter, and then Angarad Broughton, Heloise Wormlington, Flo Donald at 7, Georgina Thorpe and Izzy Cassidy from great pedigree sitting in the stroke seat, and Omar, as we said, coxing them through, making them go through the manoeuvres, pointing out the points on the course, talking about those technical points. They just want to use this to groove everything in together. We know they're fast, and well, this race hasn't revealed their form. So I was talking earlier with Julia about this. You know, there's no information for their opposition on how they're going to deploy their race plan here, which is an advantage for them. They haven't been pushed all the way, so they're keeping some secrets in that little toolbox of theirs.
Well, you can be sure that the likes of Thames A, London, will be watching this race with a keen interest. And like you say, Matt, not showing all of your hand at this stage is probably going to be quite important come the weekend, because Molesey, I'm sure, will have more gears to go and more things to show.
They look like they are out for a lovely paddle, this Molesey crew. Nice stretch of water they've got down there on the Thames near Hampton Court, and well, it's a nice day at the office for them here as well. Lovely fluid row in the last couple of 100 meters. Let's see the Molesey goes go through us. Lovely from Molesey, and then we get a sense of the distance they have opened up on this Thames Rowing Club crew. We can see Sophie Tickner at bow, 23 years of age, Laura Hayden-Smith, 32 at 2, another 32-year-old, Portia Light, in front of her at 3, Rebecca Kleppen, Aoife Chapman, Eleanor Davis, Sophia Stilling, Frances Munro, Cox by Anika Hansen. That's the Thames Rowing Club C crew lineup. I mean, to be honest, to get through to this stage, the C crew, it says, as you said earlier, Tom, great credit to them and the depth of the women's programme there. And I think we should be so excited to see how many great women's eights we've got racing here at Henley.
Absolutely, and it excites me a lot to see Jo Harris's name by the coach section of our brain here for the Wargrave Challenge Cup. She is a stalwart of Thames Rowing Club. She does a great deal of work and service for that amazing institution down on the Putney Embankment, and phenomenal to see her crew progressing through to the Friday. It's going to be a step too far for Thames, and it will be Molesey who progress, but again, credit to that wonderful programme.
So it's turning into a golden afternoon. I hope you're enjoying our coverage wherever you are in the world as we see the closing stages of the Wargrave Challenge Cup, which is the club women's eights event. And we're heading towards a tea break, and after a really exciting time, whether it's tea or another tipple that tickles your fancy, we hope that you will stay with us through the coverage. We've got 83 races on the blocks today. We had 80 races on Tuesday, 80 on Wednesday, 83 yesterday, 83 today. Every day, half of the crews go out and half of the crews go through. It's Molesey's day here in the Wargrave to go through to Saturday's semi-finals, and the Thames Sea crew go out. And we've still got 23 races to come. Just confirming that race, which is Molesey's A crew against Thames Sea. Molesey A go through, and we just have one more race to come before tea. I slightly missed